Hello and welcome to Restorative Yoga. All I need is a mat, some comfortable clothes, and a little bit of space to move. So we're going to start today on our back, so you can slowly make your way down to a comfortable position. You can take your time getting down here and kind of settling in. We'll just take this first minute or so to begin slowing down the body. So if you'd like, you can keep your legs bent, you can lay them out flat, whatever is comfortable today. We'll begin to bring some awareness to the breath, noticing how the chest and belly rise with every inhale. Now everything compresses down with every exhale. We'll work to lengthen each breath, aiming for 3 to 4 seconds. Really draw them out. And find your rhythm and continue those nice, deep, long breaths. Help the body relax. Bring a little focus to your mat for these next 30 minutes. Begin to soften the face, unclench the jaw, let the hands and feet be still. Start to notice how the body's feeling today. If there's any areas that are tight, a little tense, we'll keep those in mind as we move throughout class. We'll slowly begin to add some movement with the head. So we're going to gently start to gaze over to the right, as far as comfortable. Bring it back to the center. And inhale as we gaze to the left. Exhale back to the center. Inhale, gaze right. Exhale back to the center. And inhale to gaze left. Back to the center. We'll go through 2 more at your own pace. Inhaling as we gaze over the shoulder. Exhales bring us back to center. Nice and slow. Again, just moving as far as comfortable for you. We're not straining, we're just gently moving. A little stretch in the neck. A little massage in the back of the head is always nice. Let's go through once more on each side. Once you've completed that, take your time. I'll just hang out in the center. Maybe blink the eyes open and close. Shake the shoulders out, start to bring a little bit of movement. Good. Now we're all settled. On our next inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead, really stretching through the fingertips. We'll go ahead and clasp the hands together gently. Continue to stretch in the center here. Or if you'd like, you can join me with some gentle movement, starting to reach right. Bring back to the center, reach left. You can really move at your own pace with this one. We're not going too far to either side as we're working to keep the hands clasped together. Let's go through a couple more on each side if you decide to add that movement. Good. All right, you can make your way back to the center. One more big stretch, reaching all the way through the fingertips. And keeping the hands together, we're going to slowly start to pull the elbows out wide until we feel a nice stretch in the chest. We'll hold here for a breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. On our next inhale, really pressing up, stretching through the fingertips once again. And as we exhale, we'll pull the elbows out wide. We feel that nice stretch in the chest, really opening up. Hold for a breath. We'll go one more time, inhaling to reach, stretch, extend the arms out. And then as we exhale, we'll pull the elbows out nice and wide. Hold for a breath. Good. On our next inhale, we'll reach overhead. And as we exhale, we'll slowly just pull the arms down to the sides, making a big circle, nice and wide. Good. All right, we'll let the shoulders settle down here. We're going to slowly begin to windshield wiper the legs, so letting the knees drop off towards either side, just and moving as far as comfortable. That's the key with these classes, listening to your body. Everyone's going to be a little different. You might even notice different day to day, you're different week to week. So let's work to give the body whatever it needs in this moment. All right, we'll make our way to some stillness in the center. Then on our next inhale, pulling both knees into the chest. Take your time, heeling them up. We'll just pull them in as close as comfortable to the chest, giving the legs a little hug. You can hold here, find stillness, or if you'd like to add movement, you can gently start to rock side to side. Maybe start to draw some circles with the knees. Tiny circles if you do choose that option. Continue to stay tuned into our breath. Really working to lengthen the inhales, lengthen the exhales. And then we'll switch directions if you decide to draw circles, or maybe switch up your movements. Maybe add some movement if you were holding still. Plenty of options to play around with. Let's get 2 more deep breaths. Slow things down. All right. We're going to slowly begin to release that left leg, letting it be heavy. You can kind of take your time, nice and slow, all the way to the mat. And keep that right knee in, hugged in close, and we'll pull it a little wide. So starting to pull it kind of towards the edge of your mat, just to really open up through the hip. We'll just find some stillness here. Really working to let both legs be heavy. With that left leg, we'll start to turn the toes out to the left, the face out. Opening up through both hips, just breathe nice and easy. Take 2 more deep breaths. God, really appreciating that stretch in the hips. 1 more deep breath. Good. Slowly begin to pull the left leg, or to the left side of the body, excuse me. Bring that right leg across. Find that gentle twist. Both shoulder blades should be flat on your mat. We're just pulling that leg as far as comfortable, just applying light pressure with that left hand. Should feel a really nice stretch along the side of your leg, and the IT band, which runs from the hip to the knee, often gets very tense. We'll give it a little love. Work to release some of that tension. If you'd like, you can add in some ankle rollouts here too with that right foot. Maybe flutter the toes, just move it around however it feels good. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. But after your second deep breath, we'll slowly begin to pull that right knee back into the chest. We'll keep it right where it is. On our inhale, we're going to pull that left leg back up to meet it. Maybe take a couple gentle rocks side to side. And we'll slowly release that right leg, letting it go slow, 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 all the way to the mat. Good. With that left leg, we're going to slowly begin to pull out a little bit wider, kind of towards the edge of your mat, to open up through the hip. Find that point where we find a comfortable discomfort, get that stretch going. Work to let both legs be heavy, just try to relax. We'll slow that breath down. Just appreciate a little love for the hips here. And try to open up with that right leg, turning the right toes to the right side. Really just working the edge of our mat with this stretch. Taking up some space. Take 2 more deep breaths. But after your second deep breath, we'll slowly begin to pull the leg towards the right side, twisting across the body. And both shoulder blades should be flat. Keep us grounded. We're feeling that nice stretch in the IT band once again. Just hold here. Refocus on our breath, slow things down. If you'd like to add the ankle rolls, toe flutters, whatever movements feel good with the foot, ankle, toes, you can do that on the left side. Good. Let's take 2 more slow breaths. Good. After your second deep breath, we'll slowly pull that left leg back in, give it one more hug. Then we'll release slowly to the mat. All right, we'll take a bend in the knees. We'll slowly begin to peel the legs up to grab behind the knees. Take some roll-ups, as many or as few as you'd like. Making our way to a butterfly pose. When we come out of this, and you can take your time. Once you get settled in here, knees are out nice and wide. Pressing down lightly on the knees with elbows hinging forward. Should feel, again, a nice stretch in the hips and the inner thigh. If you'd like, you can drop the chin to chest to get a little bonus with the back of the neck, into the shoulders. Take 2 more deep breaths. But after that second deep breath, you can slowly begin to lift yourself up. Make our way to a comfortable seat, crossing the legs. We'll give the shoulders and neck a little bit of love here. So sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale to reach overhead with both hands. We're going to slowly grab the right wrist with the left hand. And from here, we're going to pull to the left. Should get a nice stretch through the right shoulder, down the side body. Just going as far as comfortable with that reach. Take 2 deep breaths, not here for long. Good, and we'll slowly begin to raise back to the center. We'll switch up our grips. You can release. Then we'll grab the left wrist with the right hand and then give a pull to the right side. Just going as far as comfortable where we're not tipping over. Getting that stretch in the left shoulder, down the side body. Waking up the core a little bit here. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Good. After that second deep breath, we'll slowly bring the arms back up. You can release the hands and we'll release down to the mat with control. And from here, we're going to move to shoulder rolls. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears and then exhale down the back. Inhaling up the chest towards the ears and exhale down the spine. A couple more. You can move at your own pace. Always remembering to match movement to breath. Let's get 2 more. After you complete that second one, we'll give the shoulders a little shake, a little shimmy. And then we're going to inhale and reach that right arm overhead. And as we exhale, just gently pulling on the left side of the head, dropping the right ear to the shoulder. Just a gentle, gentle pull. We're not cranking on the neck. Go. And if you'd like to extend that stretch, you can set the left hand down on the mat. So moving it a little more through the left shoulder. Just a bonus. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. And after your second deep breath, you can slowly release back to the center. Shake everything out if you need to. And when you're ready, inhaling to reach the left arm overhead. And as we exhale, pulling down gently on the right side of the head, dropping left ear to left shoulder. And if you'd like to extend that stretch, you could set the right hand down on the mat. Move it through the shoulder. We'll continue to sit up nice and tall, find length in the spine, and breathe easy. Take 2 more deep breaths. After your second deep breath, we'll release to the center. This time we'll take some yes shakes, so dropping chin to chest slowly. Then we'll gaze up towards the ceiling as far as comfortable. Dropping chin to chest again. Gaze the ceiling. Just move with a little care. Keywords for this class: slow, gentle, being kind to our bodies. Last one here. Good. All right. We'll find some stillness, just neutral net, gazing forward. Fun one up next here. So from our cross-legged position, we're going to bring the feet out right in front of us. Generous bend in the knees. We're going to go for some hip rotators. So listen up here. We're going to slowly begin to turn ourselves to the left, letting the legs drop down about 90 degrees, 90 degrees. We'll take a side stretch. Bring it back. Good. Now we'll rotate slowly over to the right side, going for that same setup with about 90, 90. We'll take a nice stretch. Good. Bring it back to the left. You can move at your own pace. We're just rotating, switching sides, getting a nice side reach. With those, you can definitely use that back hand as a kickstand. Give a little support so you can really get that reach. Maybe a little twist and feel it out. Fun one, just like I said. So have a little fun with it. Good. All right, let's go for one more per side and take your time. Give the hips a little love, a little movement. It's always nice to get that full body stretch as we twist, reach. Good. All right, we'll make our way back to the center. From here, you can come back to that cross-legged position, and we'll go ahead and roll forward onto hands and knees. So hands are directly below shoulders, knees are below hips, and you can spread the fingertips nice and wide. Move into some cat and cow. So as we inhale, we're going to drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Then as we exhale, we're going to round out the spine and pull the shoulder blades apart. We'll inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze. And exhale to round out the spine. Really exaggerate that movement. One more big inhale. Lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And a big exhale to round out the spine. Good. We'll make our way to a neutral spine, tabletop position. And from here, we're going to slowly begin to kick the right leg out to the side. Should already feel a nice stretch in the inner thigh. We'll take a couple rocks forward and backward, keeping our hands on the ground for now. Very gentle movements. And whenever you're ready, we're going to slowly start to pick ourselves up, hands off the ground. So we're placing hands on the hip. And then we'll take that left arm and start to swoop up and over for a big stretch. We'll hold here. So you can reach as far as comfortable. Maybe you're a little more upright, that is a-okay. Even more stretched out towards the hip, that is fine too. Just find what's comfortable. We're not straining, forcing ourselves into these stretches. Should be a beneficial thing. Maybe a little uncomfortable, but not painful by any means. Take some wrist rolls if you'd like to. Maybe twinkle the fingers. Take one more deep breath. Good, and then we'll start to bring that left hand back around. Go ahead and plant the hands back on the ground. And we'll return that right knee back to the mat. And take some hip shifts, a little refresher in between. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and switch to the left side. So we'll start to kick that left leg out to the side. Try to keep it as straight as we can. We'll gently rock forward and backward, just kind of settling into this big stretch, really hitting on the hips today, inner thigh. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly start to lift ourselves up, placing hands on hips to start. And then once we're settled in, we'll bring that right arm up and over, a big swoop. And finding that comfortable spot to stop, the sweet spot. You feel that nice stretch. Just remembering to breathe. Help release that tension. If you'd like, you can add in those wrist rolls, finger stretch. Good. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Really savor the stretch. Awesome work. All right, when you're ready, you can start to bring that right arm back around. We'll place the hands back on the ground and make our way to bring left knee back to the mat. We'll shift the hips a couple times, side to side. Good. And from here, we're going to kick our right leg back this time. So just straight out. And we'll slowly begin to press that heel down towards the ground and just hold. Should feel a really nice stretch in the calf muscle. In the bottom half of your leg on the back. Just hold, breathe. Now let's get one more deep breath. And slowly begin to rock forward and backward. Getting a little movement to the feet, the toes, the ankle. I often forget about them, but it's good to give them a little movement, a little stretch. Good. All right. From here, we're going to slowly start to bring that right foot to the other side. So kind of crossing it back behind us. Then once we're settled in, we'll slowly begin to gaze to the left. We'll just hold here for 2 deep breaths. Nice deep breaths. Take your time. And once you get those two, we'll slowly return that right knee back to the mat. Shift side to side, little reset. And then we'll switch to the left side. So kicking that left foot back, straightening out the leg. It should just be straight behind us. We'll begin to press that heel towards the ground and find stillness for that calf stretch. Just hold here and breathe. I'll throw out another option too. If your wrists are starting to get a little tender, you can always stack on a fist to keep the wrists a little more neutral. Just an option. Let's take one more deep breath. Beautiful. All right, we'll add that movement. So gently rocking forward and backward just a little bit. Maybe getting out some cracks and creaks in the ankle and the toes. Now mine always do. Have a little fun with it. Start to kind of wrap around, make some circles with the ankle. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna slowly start to scoot that left foot over to the right edge of your mat. And then once we're there, we're gonna gaze back, hold for 2 breaths. We're slowing down here, just getting a nice stretch in the hips, glutes. But a neck stretch too. Good. Whenever you're done with your 2 breaths, we'll slowly return the left knee back to the mat. And then from here, walking the knees out as wide as comfortable. Bring the big toes to touch. We'll start to sink hips towards heels and reach the arms forward, moving into extended child's pose. So you can go ahead and rest forehead to the mat. This is another great full body refresher. Stretching through the fingertips, through the shoulders, the back, hips. We'll take this moment to ground down to the mat. Maybe tune back into the body. Thinking back to those areas that we noticed were a little tight at the beginning of class. Maybe bring some awareness to the difference it makes to just give a little movement, gentle stretching, how that can impact how our body's feeling. Should feel that upper back rise as we take those big inhales. And feel everything compress down the exhale. Let's take one more deep breath. Then we'll slowly press up through the palms. Lift the forehead off the mat. And then we'll slowly walk the hands over to the left side of your mat. Once we get settled in here, you can relax the head back down, maybe resting on the arms, or you can rest it down on the mat if that's comfortable. We'll just give a gentle pull back. You should feel enhanced stretch throughout the right side of the body, starting in the shoulder and moving down the back. We'll just take 2 breaths here, not here for long. Nice deep stretch for the shoulders and back. And after that second deep breath, we'll slowly pick the head up off the arms or the mat and walk it on over to the right side. Take your time. Now we'll start to kind of relax down, let the body be heavy as we Give that gentle pull back to feel that enhanced stretch in the left side. Breathe nice and easy. Let's take 2 breaths at your own pace. Good. All right. Once you're done with your 2 breaths, we'll gently pick the head up off the arms of the mats. We'll walk the hands to the center and then we'll walk them up towards you. We'll make our way to the comfortable seat, just shifting onto the hips. We'll finish with one final stretch, extending the legs out. We'll start with a bend in the knees. We slowly inhale to reach, first stop. And then as we exhale, we'll fold forward, reaching for maybe the calves, the ankles, the feet. Working to stretch out those hamstrings, low back. And as it's comfortable, you can walk the feet out, maybe shift the hips back to straighten the legs out a little more to really extend that stretch. We'll take 3 deep breaths. All right, whenever you're done with your about 3 breaths, we'll slowly roll up the legs back to a seated position. You can cross the feet. Comfortable seat. We'll close the eyes. We'll inhale to reach up one more time. And then as we exhale, we'll bring the palms together and down to the forehead at third eye center. Please know you are more than welcome to continue practicing on your own, but that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me for this slow, gentle, restorative practice to give the body a little refresh. We'll seal our time together with Namaste.